Well, hey there, happy day. Give someone the benefit of the doubt to supersize and grow your business. What the heck does this mean? Well, of course, the expression give someone the benefit of the doubt means to assume that they're telling the truth until you find out otherwise. Or it comes from the legal profession. They're not really sure exactly where this particular saying came from or originated. There's a couple of theories, and I'll share those in a second, but it means it comes from the legal profession. Innocent until proven guilty. You're assumed to be innocent until proven guilty. At least here in America. Well, and there's debate over that, but for the most part, if we get into trouble or if we have a challenge or something, it's supposed to be that we're assumed innocent until proven guilty. Now, when it comes to dealing with competitors and competition and social media and rumors, that's not always true, right? So we have to be a little more careful nowadays. But giving someone the benefit of the doubt means you're going to choose trust. You're going to choose to believe in them until some evidence comes into light that proves that what they're saying or what they're doing is not authentic. This saying, they think it might have come from the Boston Massacre trials in 1770, but there's no proof or documentation of that. Therefore, we give them the benefit of the doubt, but we're not sure that that's where it originated. The Irish treason trials in 1798, it was supposed to have been enacted too, that we were assuming people were innocent until proven guilty. But again, no documentation exists of this particular phrasing, give someone the benefit of the doubt, until the late 1800s. So we know for sure it's been from the late 1800s on, but not exactly when it was, when it came into actual practice. I think there's probably more history involved there, but I haven't researched it. I'll be perfectly honest. I've got other things that I do. I just find these idioms really, really interesting, especially something that's been around for a couple hundred years. You know that it's impacting you and me and everybody else that we deal with as we're growing and building our businesses. Trust relationships are all about trust, and business is all about relationships. So if we want to grow and build our business and supersize our business in particular, we need to build relationships based on trust. Trusting our employees, trusting our vendors, trusting the people that we partner with, trusting our customers. I was in quality for the majority of my corporate career, and as such, we had customers bring forth claims of things that seemed totally impossible. I remember one, a lady, I was working for a big industrial bakery, and a woman called hysterical because she had cut into her daughter's graduation cake. It was the day of the graduation party, and fruit flies flew out of the cake. Now, that sounds ridiculous, right? On the surface, it sounds ridiculous. And, everyone in my department was saying, oh, she's lying. She just wants a free cake, yada, yada, yada. Well, it turns out that upon investigation, when we tracked through our entire process of how cakes were handled, especially big graduation cakes, the entire process, we found that the cabinets, after the cakes were cooked, were put in an area to cool, and that area had access and an opening to the loading dock. Well, of course, the loading dock, it was possible for flies to fly in and land on the cakes, lay their eggs, and the cakes were frozen, yada, 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 and then decorated and delivered. And of course, it was entirely possible probable that she cut into that cake and found fruit flies and larvae, which is absolutely positively totally disgusting. But it's an example of, we automatically, human nature is like, that can't happen, that's not possible. But then when we investigate and we look further into something, we find out, oh my God, that's entirely possible. So we changed our processes and made sure that something like that could never ever happen again. And it was actually a blessing in disguise that she brought that to our attention, or we never would have known about it. And so it was really good that we found out about that, and we were able to change our processes in that particular instance. So I have hundreds and hundreds of stories about quality issues and things like that, where people thought they had mouse bones in their roasted garlic bread. Well, of course, garlic cloves would get into the product. Sometimes it would get through the process, and people would think that the little garlic cloves looked like parts of skeletons of mice or something, which is, we'd bring it in, we'd have it tested, we'd verify, but we believed them until we had them send the sample in, we tested it, we verified that it was indeed a garlic clove. So hundreds and hundreds of fun stories like that. But What would happen to the relationship with that customer if we automatically assumed that they were trying to cheat us out of free bread or free something, free cake, or free anything? We assume that they're telling the truth based on their understanding. Remember, their knowledge or understanding doesn't have to be 100% accurate as long as they believe that they're telling the truth. When somebody would call in and say, hey, there's a mouse skeleton in my bread, they believed it was a mouse skeleton. They didn't know that it was a garlic clove, even though they bought roasted garlic artisan bread. Anyway, so give people the benefit of the doubt. Trust them. Trust the people that you work with unless you have reason to believe and proof, not just reason to believe, but proof beyond a reasonable doubt that they're not representing themselves accurately. Again, trust your vendors, trust your people that you interact with, and know that 99+% of the time, people are doing what's right. Excuse me, still working on this influenza A thing. So, if you have any stories, I'd love to hear stories about giving somebody the benefit of the doubt and if it worked out positively or negatively for you. I know that believing in people and trusting people has definitely helped me to grow and build much bigger businesses and organizations than I ever would have if I was super skeptical and I didn't trust people. Mostly you get what you expect from people, and so if you expect the best from them, that's what you'll get from them. At least that's been my experience. Anyway, have an absolutely amazing day. If I can help you in any way, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, I'm going to go drink some more coffee and hot lemon water to take care of this throat. Catch you tomorrow. Bye.